Hello people, this is Matt Fisher back with another exciting tutorial for you guys today as always. And in today's tutorial I'm going to show you guys how to get iMessages on your Android phone. So we're at our Mac right now, and you are going to need a Mac because you need to use a computer where the messages or the iMessages application is installed. Because it only installs on Mac OS, we have to use a Mac in this case. Now, the good thing is that it doesn't have to be Mac OS specifically. It can be Mac OS X, so you can use anything from Yosemite up. So that's like El Capitan, Sierra, High Sierra, all those are free to go. Now, before I start getting into the steps of this tutorial, I do want to say that there's sort of two parts to this. There's sort of the part of setting it up so it works on your network here at home, and then there's the component of setting it up so it works outside of your network at home. So if you wanted to like go to work or go to school or go anywhere else outside of your home and still have this work, there's going to be another additional step you need to do. Now, with that said, let's jump right on in. The first step you want to make sure is that you have Java installed. So to do that, there's actually a couple ways to do it. You can either open up System Preferences and look for a little Java application right here, or if you wanted, you can open up Terminal and you can type Java. Now, if you don't get this long list of flags and options, then you don't have Java installed. So in the description down below is going to be a link to the most recent developer kit of Java that you need to download. Now, once we've installed Java, we have to give terminal access to control our computer. So the way to do that is to go into System Preferences, go into Security and Privacy, go to the Privacy tab, and go to this Accessibility section. And here, all you want to do is click on the plus icon, and then we need to find Terminal. So that's going to be under Applications, Utilities, and Terminal. Just click Open. So now Terminal is on this list, and we've given Terminal access to control our computer. Now we need to set up a server that's going to relay the messages, the iMessages, between this machine to our Android device. So to do that, we are going to go to the iMessage website, iMessageapp.com, and I'll have a link to this in the description down below. And if you go to their download section, there's going to be two buttons. There's one to get the app on Google Play, and there's one to download the web server or the Wii server for Mac OS. So we want to first download this Wii server, and we want to double click it to extract it. And we're just going to take this folder and drag it to our desktop. Can exit out of this. So now in this folder, there's going to be a couple other folders, a jar file, and a run.command file. You want to double click on this run.command file. Now you may get this message that says run.command can't be opened because it's from an unidentified developer. If that's the case, just click OK. Go back into System Preferences. We're already in Security and Privacy, so we just want to go to the General tab. And down here in this section right here that says Allow Apps Downloaded From, it says Run.Command was blocked from opening. You can just click Open anyway. Click Open again. And now we have our Wii server up and running, or at least soon to be up and running. There's a little configuration that we need to do. First, we need to type in our email address. It's the same one that we're using with iMessages, so mine is now it's going to ask for a password. This can be any password you want. It does not have to be your Apple ID password. You know, you can make this, I don't know, Winter 2018. And that's all you have to do to set up the Wii server. Now, you do want to leave this terminal command open in order for the messages to get relayed to your Android device. This does need to be running, so make sure you have this window open at all times. You can minimize it. You don't have to keep it up on your screen, but just make sure that this session remains open. Now, before we hop over to our Android and I show you this in action, we need to make a note of what our IP address is. So if we go back into System Preferences, and we go back to sort of the main page, and then we go into the network section. Right here, whatever you're connected to, maybe that's Wi-Fi, Ethernet, whatever it is, it will say status connected, and then below that, it'll have your IP address. So mine is 10.0.0.122. I just want to write that down, make a mental note of it, because I'm going to need it in just 1 second. So now we're on our Android, and I already downloaded the iMessage app from the Google Play Store. I'll have a link in the description down below where you can download it. But when you first launch it, there's some initial configuration you need to do. The first thing is our IP address. So I told you guys just a second ago that we needed to make a note, jot it down, whatever we needed to do to make sure that we remembered that our IP address was this. And then we want to type in our email. And then lastly, our password. And then sign in. And there we go, it's that easy. So now we can start sending messages to all of our friends and family via iMessage on our Android. Now, I did say at the beginning of this tutorial that there is a second part to getting this to work outside of your home network. So I'm going to show you guys that piece right now. So we're back at our Mac, and right now there's only two things we really need to do to get this to work outside of our home network. The first is port forwarding. So you want to log into your router, and the IP address of your router is going to be 10.0.0.1, 192.168.0.1, or 172.16.0.1. It should be one of those three. But I'm on an Xfinity router, a Comcast router. It might be a little bit different on your router, but this is how you do it for Comcast. You want to come down to this advanced section, and right here, this very first section is port forwarding. You want to make sure it's enabled, and then you want to click add service. Now for the service name, we can just call this iMessage. You want to make sure that the service type is TCP, and the start port is going to be 2222, and the endpoint is going to be the same thing. And for IP address, you want to make sure that you put in the IP address of your server, so the computer that we're on right now. And then click save. And now this port is forwarded. The second thing we need to do is we need to get our public IP address. So a private IP address is going to be one that starts in 10 or starts in 172 or 192. Those are going to be private IP addresses, but we really need our public IP address. So if you go to what's my IP address, or you Google what's my IP address, it'll give you what your public IP address is. And you'll know because it will start with a different number that's not 10, 192, or 172. And what you want to do with this public IP address is when you're configuring the iMessage app on your Android and it asks for your IP address, you want to put in your public IP address as opposed to your private IP address, which is what we did a couple seconds ago. So to recap, you want to do the port forwarding for your server, and you want to configure the iMessage Android app with your public IP address. And doing that will allow you to access your iMessages on your Android from outside your home network. But that's the video that I have for you guys today. If you get stuck in any step or need any help, just drop me a comment down below and I'll do my best to assist you guys. But if you enjoyed this video and want to see more videos like this, then click on that subscribe button and that notification bell right next to it. But other than that, guys, enjoy the rest of your day and take care.